broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local Greenwich. From our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief, I'm Zahra Badouri, but first we'll begin with your major headlines for this hour. Ethiopian Prime Minister wins visit to Asmara. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. According to yesterday's report on global COVID-19 cases and vaccination coverage. Additional reports on Suez Canal blocked by huge container ship. Welcome to your domestic in brief. The Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, returned home this morning after 2 days of regular consultative meetings with President Isaias Afwerki. President Isaias Afwerki bid farewell to the Prime Minister and his delegation on their departure from Asmara International Airport. The extensive consultations between the two leaders focused on bilateral partnership and the joint strategic development programs on the offering within the framework of the border regional prospect and perspective. In light of the common strategic partnership and envisions joint trajectory, the vicious military attacks unleashed in the past 5 months and attended disinformation campaigns were also assessed in depth. The two sides agreed that important lessons have been gleaned from temporary hurdles percepted by these reality that will further bluster the joint undertaking by the two sides in the period ahead. The two sides also agreed to hold follow-up on consultative meetings in Addis Ababa. Ministry of Information, Asmara, 26 March 2021. Meanwhile, the Office of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia released the following press releases. Within the release, on November 4th, 2020, the TPLF criminal clique treasonously attacked the North Command of the Ethiopian National Defense Force in foiled plan to seize power by destabilizing the nation, attacking the Northern Command where the nation's largest weapon depot was stationed, and mercilessly killed and kidnapped members of the ENDF has drawn the federal government into military engagement it has been provoked into. It is to be recalled that following the attack on Northern Command, the TPLF fired rockets into Bahir Dar and Gondar cities. Similarly, they fired rockets into Asmara, Eritrea, thereby provoked the Eritrean government to cross Ethiopian border and prevent further attacks and maintain its national security. In our March 26, 2021 discussion with President Isaias Afwerki during my visit to Asmara, says Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, the government of Eritrea has agreed to withdraw its forces out of the Ethiopian border. The Ethiopian National Defense Force will take over guarding the border area, effective immediately. Ethiopia and Eritrea will continue strengthening their bilateral relations and economic cooperation ambitions. We will continue building on the spirit of trust and good neighborliness between our two countries as embarked upon in 2018. In particular, restoring trust-based people-to-people relations among our citizens in the Tigray region and fellow Eritreans across the border is essential. Following your second domestic, 16 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in northern Red Sea region and Gashbark regions, as your health report. Out of these, 14 patients are from quarantine centers in Mahmimet 9, Masawa 3, Ginda 1, and Foro 1 in the northern Red Sea region. The 2 patients are from quarantine centers in Adibara, Gashbark region. On the other hand, 8 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the northern Red Sea region have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 2,970, while the number of deaths still stands at 9. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 3,208. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 26 March 2021. On your final domestic, Masao Hospital has been upgrading its medical facilities and human resources, resulting in the expansion of health services provision to the public. The report was made by Dr. Berhane Tesfai, medical director of the hospital. According to Dr. Berhane Berhe, owing to the substantial investment made, the hospital, equipped with a modern medical facility and increased human resources, is providing commendable health services. Stating that last year the hospital was equipped with modern medical facilities such as heart testing and ultrasound facilities, anesthetics, laboratory, mobile digital X-ray, TB diagnostics, as well as eye surgery equipment. Dr. Berhe said that computerized pharmaceutical services have been introduced that is providing effective service, further indicating the number of physicians has increased from 4 to 12 and that of dentists 2 to 5. Dr. Berhe said that the substantial increase in human and medical resources has significantly improved health services provision within the hospital. Masao Hospital is providing health services to nationals from Galalo, Faro, Dahlak, Masawa, and Sha'ib as part of Ginda subzones. Up next with your global report, do stay with us for more. According to yesterday's report, the total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases globally surpassed 125 million yesterday, with the death toll exceeding 2.7 million as your reports for COVID-19 globally. And the number of recovered patients has exceeded 101 million. This is according to data from the World Meters. The United States has surpassed 30.5 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 yesterday. Brazil surpassed 12 million cases, and India has recorded more than 11.7 million cases, respectively. A container ship continues to shock traffic in both directions along the Suez Canal, creating one of the worst shipping jams seen in years. Low trade overnight has slowed efforts to dislodge a massive container ship that has choked traffic into both directions along the Suez Canal and created one of the worst shipping jams seen in years. The Ever Given vessel ran aground, dogging across the signal lane stretched off the Southern Canal on Tuesday morning after losing the ability to steer aimed high winds and a dust storm. The Suez Canal Authority said in a statement that it is now blocking transit in both directions through one of the world's busiest shipping channels, linking Asia and Europe. Egypt's Suez Canal handles about 10% of international maritime trade and is one of the world's biggest waterway, providing a crucial link for oil, natural gas, and cargo shipping between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. When opened more than 150 years ago, the canal was 164 kilometers long and 8 meters, about 26 feet deep. But after several expansions throughout the years, it is now 193 kilometers long and 24 meters, thus equaling 78 feet deep. The canal remains one of Egypt's top foreign currency earnings. Dear viewers, that is all for now with your domestic and international news in brief. Until we are back with some more news, stay enjoyed the rest of our programs. But until then, thanks for watching once more.